Okay, and we are live apparently. Huh. Okay, I think we're live. There we go. Sorry, the YouTube live preview was lagging like crazy, so I apologize about that. But yeah, it looks like we are live now. What's up, What's up, everybody? This is Ryan here, and we're going to be basically finishing off hopefully the last animation for my weather application, which I've been building in Jetpack Compose. The last animation will be a fog animation. So just to give a preview, I think maybe what I'll do at the start is I will preview a couple animations that I've created already. I did this one earlier today, so this is the snow animation, which is the one that I was just working on. The goal is to basically have an animation for every kind of weather pattern, which the API that I'm using will return. So as you can see here, this is basically what the snow animation looks like. The first time it sort of starts, it looks a little bit annoying because the all of the snowflakes kind of drop around a similar time. But once it gets going, it's looks quite a bit cleaner. The only thing I've been worrying about is if you look carefully, and I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see, but some of the snowflakes do periodically sort of flicker, and I don't know if that's just sort of something specific to running this on an emulator, but I am a little bit worried about that. It doesn't seem to be doing it much right now. Oh yeah, I saw a little flicker. So yeah, that's the snow animation. We've got rain animations. I'll show you the other one I made earlier today. We can just pause this one. Also, I get asked this all the time. Why am I deploying to an activity and not using the preview? It's because deploying directly to an emulator is actually faster than using the preview for my Android Studio. So the other one I made was a, what did I call it? Night animation. Yeah, Night Stars animation container. So let's just fire this one up. So this one's a lot simpler, and I think I should actually add a couple more stars, but basically the idea here is just stars which kind of flicker in and out sort of thing. I think what I might do is I think I might actually tweak this one a little bit before I move on to working on the fog animation, because this one actually looks a little bit crappier than I would like to see. So I think what I'm going to do, let me just count how many are actually visible here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only see 5 that are visible, which is a little bit weird. So I wonder what's going on with that. Oh, it looks, oh, I see what I did. I copied several of them and didn't actually change the offsets. So I think I'd like one to pop up kind of over here. So I'm going to guess that's something like what's the furthest one over is 300. So yeah, that's probably going to be about 350. In the actual application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate these values based on using box with constraints. I think that would be a better way to do it. But for now, this is just like a little playground. So for here, we're just going to hard code some values. But obviously, you wouldn't really want to do that in production. We'll make the height about 125. And maybe we'll have one... I think I want one up in the corner here, so we'll do like 50. I think I'm mixing these values up, so yeah, let's do 375, and then the y offset will just be 50. It's a very uneven distribution. Let's just do one more, something like 50 and 275. Let's do that. Yeah, that kind of works. Keep in mind there will be like a moon icon here. So this won't be the entire screen. This is just kind of like a little background. I think I want them to kind of flicker a bit faster. So let's see what that looks like. I like having the long delays, but yeah. Yeah, that looks a lot nicer. I feel like there could be more density though, which is yeah. I don't want to screw around with it too much though. So in the actual application screen, it'll look quite a bit different. There will be a lot more UI elements on screen. So I think I'm going to leave that one there for now. And what we'll do is we'll move on to working with the, or setting up our sort of fog animation. And I'm not really sure how I'm going to approach that one. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to take a cloud. I'm going to steal the cloud animation over, although I won't be using a number of different parts of it, but I'm basically just going to roll some kind of SVG from one side of the screen to the other and kind of repeat that. And we'll see if that works. If that doesn't, I might have to just think of a completely different approach. I don't think I'll need a whole lot of stuff. So we're not going to we're not going to need to pass in this Y offset business here. This is just because I wanted the clouds to sort of pop onto the screen at different Y values. We won't need to specify the cloud size. Screen width probably will need that. I think for required size here, I don't know. Let's start at something like 400. I'm not sure. So we will need the X offset. I might need screen height as well. I can't really, it'll be difficult to kind of describe what I'm imagining here, but I guess let me pull up Figma for a second so I can kind of demonstrate it. So here are the Figma designs. So what I want to do is I basically want something like sort of rolling across the bottom part of the screen, like a rolling fog bank. And that'll happen whether it's daytime or nighttime. So, and I think just in the short term, the easiest way to do that would to just be having a cloud that rolls across there. But I don't think I'll be able to just settle for that only. I'm going to create a constant here just so I don't have to keep changing that in different places. Can I? Oh, it has to be a primitive. Okay, that's fine. And we won't need this thing here. So today I learned how to use the reverse repeat mode, which was kind of cool. But for this, we're probably going to be using the restart repeat mode. All right. So let's start with that. We won't need to change the animation speed. So let's just hard code that value. I want it moving pretty slowly, so we'll start with, I think, 2000. And this should, of course, be fog animation. All right, and then, so yeah, we'll give this thing, this will be a box with constraints. We'll do fill max size, I think. And then we'll create our fog animation. Screen width, what do we do here? I think max width. This is a property that comes from, what do we have to do? Value, okay. This is something that comes from using box with constraints. And do we even use a delay? No, I don't think we will. Okay. All right, wasn't complaining. Whatever, the delay can be 0 or default, whatever that is. All right, and now we'll just fire that up. Might look like crap, I don't know. Okay, so that's really not what I'm looking for. So I think the first thing I need to do, this is on fill max size. I think we have to set the content alignment to like bottom start maybe. And we need that thing to be a lot bigger. Let's look at that. So one thing is, it's got to move way slower. I'm just trying to think, why is it not? So this thing is fill max size. I don't get why it's not down to the bottom of the screen. I guess maybe what's going on is there could be like some extra negative space in the cloud drawable. So maybe instead of using that, do we have like just a cloud? Let's see. I think that's what's going on. I think it's the SVG itself that's causing the issue. So let's use IC Cloud here. Because I have no other explanation for it. Okay, that that did exactly the opposite of what I thought it would. Hey, what's up, Long? I'm doing pretty good. Just trying to get this app finished off. This is the last animation that I'll be working on for it, so I'm pretty happy because it's been fun to play around with Compose animations, but I've been doing it for like a week now, and I'm getting tired of it. Why the hell would that be? I don't see why that would help, but let's just have a look. How are you doing today, Long? Yeah, that's weird. It's completely ignoring the size we're setting on the image. Why would that be? Glad to hear you're doing fine. That is so weird. I don't have an explanation for that. Is it doing one of these weird things where setting the value too high does something weird? Nope. That is so bizarre. Huh. Yeah, I don't get that at all. Oh, you're very welcome, Long. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Which tutorial did you watch? Required size. Again, whenever weird stuff happens, I've said this probably about every live stream I've done working with this stuff, but anytime you're working with UI code and something weird starts happening, a really good first step to take is to just create borders around stuff. Okay, so see, this is the problem. The SVG isn't scaling. So we have to figure out why the SVG isn't scaling properly. I've never had to mess around with scale. Okay, maybe it's just I'm not used to working with scaling in Compose. I do see there's a content scale. So fit, what do we do? Content scale dot. Let's start with fit. This is probably what the issue is. It's weird though, because I haven't had to do this before. No? That's weird. Very weird. Let's try fill width. Very weird. Very strange. I might have to just completely approach this from a different in a different way. Okay, well this is closer. I don't get why there must be a ton of white space in that particular drawable. I think I'm gonna have to mess with that in Inkscape. Let me just do that really quickly. 1 second. I'm just going to remake the SVG and see if I can get it to work that way. Few clouds. Inkscape is a free vector graphic editor. It's okay. It gets the job done. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to resize page to selection. We'll save this as cloud.svg. I'm going to save it as a plain SVG because the Android Studio doesn't like the Inkscape SVGs. Okay. And then we're going to go to new vector asset. It's going to take forever to load. Kind of feel like this is just going to have the same issue, but we'll see. All right, so we're going to try deleting this one. That was the old one. No. Okay, good. And let's try that. Oh, it looks like it's pretty much the same problem. I think I'm probably going to have to just approach this in a totally different way. Maybe we could mess around with Compose Canvas or something like that, because I don't really know how else I can fix this. 1 second. I'm just looking to see if there's maybe another SVG that I could use. Can maybe use something like this. Oh, that's a paid one. Okay, that's not going to work. Hey, what's up, Akash? Thank you for joining me. 4 years of confusion. Hopefully not. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think instead of doing an animation for fog, I think I'm going to try and just do a background, maybe like a gradient background. Because all of my animations, I'm basically just animating some SVG drawables, like moving them around, which is pretty easy stuff because I don't really get my feet super wet with animations. I think in this case, I should probably just do some kind of a fog background instead, because today is kind of my deadline for getting these things done, these backgrounds for the application. And I had an idea in my head, like creating like a gray surface, and then the top of the surface would be like a wavy thing, and then just kind of animating that, like translating that thing from right to left and looping it as like a fog animation. But that could potentially take another day or two to get working, and I don't think I really care enough to do that. So let's instead do something different. So we're gonna create, I guess I could probably use a surface. And we will pass something in here. So is night will be a Boolean. So we'll draw it differently depending on whether it's day or night. Now I need to look up, how do we create like gradients? Hopefully this is accurate. One of the problems with looking up stuff on Jetpack Compose is that about as often as not, you'll come across stuff which is from the alpha libraries, or the alpha release of the library. But let's just try this. So surface, why would it need the fully qualified name there? That's stupid. Surface, oh, it imported the wrong surface, that's why. Great work, Android Studio. Okay, color. So let's try this. Brush dot vertical gradient. And colors equals list of. I can't remember. Do I have day and night? No, I don't. 1 second. These are the colors I use for the backgrounds. All right, so if is night, then we'll use night, else day. And then we want, I think we could probably just use the same gray color. Why is it complaining? List of. Color.gray. Obviously, I'm doing something wrong here. Color. Can we do, how do we get our brush into our color? It looks like brush is what you use when you want the color gradient, but I'm not yet seeing how to actually use it. Like, how do you get the color out of it? Oh, okay, we have an example here. I guess I have to use like background instead of color, maybe. Is that it? Yeah, let's try doing that. Background. Brush equals. Okay. Yeah, that seems to be working a little bit better. We don't actually put anything in there. Okay. I'm not sure. What is the default? Let's just, we'll fire that up. We'll do false. Let's see how that looks. Why is it complaining? Ah. Okay, that's actually all right. Yeah, I think that would work. I wouldn't mind if I could get it to okay, I guess there's different kinds of gradients, so let's see if we can play around with that a little bit. Vertical gradient. How can I... What do I have here? Oh, this looks fun. What is tile mode? Is that evenly dispersed? It doesn't look evenly dispersed to me. It looks like it favors the blue color. Well, you know what? I think it's all right. Let's see what it looks like with the nighttime colors. Not all that different. All right. Okay, well, we're going to go with that. I just want to tweak the, let's just have another look at the night sky animation. That's not what I wanted. There we go. All right. That's looking okay. Again, probably the one tweak I'll make is I'll just increase the density at some point, but what I want to do first is I want the actual sort of moon drawable to be there first before I go screwing around with it too much more. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day for today. Oh. Someone's asking for help on Instagram, looks like. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day for today. This was just a real short episode, but I wanted to finish off and just demo a little bit of the animations. But that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.